The entire skin of the earth is glowing, and our bodies are an extension of the earth. How can we bring some of that glow into our skin and bodies? One easy way to make ourselves glow is to find our source. One big problem we all have is this mass colonization has sort of made us forget where we come from. Almost every culture in the world recognized that the first form of life was in water. Then other creatures evolved, and finally, human beings. Cleopatra herself used plain water in a very specific way to keep herself glowing. Indian sciences define Ojas, Tejas, and Prana. There are ways to activate these forces which naturally result in a glow. Indians have always soaked water in copper vessels overnight to purify it. Copper particles are released into the water, which is said to give off high prana shakti or energy. Copper particles are antibacterial, so you can even spritz some cool copper-soaked water on your face. It's really cooling. I have this tiny Jivarasa that I keep in my daily drinking water. Warm or room temperature water is really good for you. Cold water actually shocks the body because it puts out the Agni or the digestive fire. Then you're left with unprocessed toxins. Just make sure not to put hot water into the copper jug. But taking a bath or shower in cold water is the best. Immersing your body in cold water before going to a temple, doing meditation or yoga activates the entire system with a certain buzz. It naturally helps your energy to be unidentified from your body. Did you know that the amniotic fluid in our mother's womb is the same salt proportion as the water in the ocean? Our first relationship with our mother is through this medium of water. And then for the rest of our lives, the water in our bodies connects us to the larger mother, to Mother Nature. So our relationship with water can play a huge role in our glow, and I can testify for this. A couple of years ago, when I was going through a sort of rough patch, water came in and changed everything. I'd started just casually visiting the waterfalls and river bodies around Isha Village in Tennessee. But slowly, with every visit, I could feel myself opening up to this vastness of water. This may sound a bit crazy to you, but it was almost as if water was calling out to me and clearing off layers of baggage from inside. By the end of my journey, my entire being felt washed, like a newborn child just fresh out of the water. At that time, I was living alone with hardly any human contact for about 9 months. So I didn't really look in the mirror very much, and I don't know if I was actually glowing outside, but I know inside I felt like a glow had been lit up. That glow came because of close contact with water. There's actually a book called Blue Mind. It was written by a marine biologist. He studied the effects of being around water to our health and well-being. It explains why we are drawn to the ocean, how being around water can help us function better at work and in relationships. Even science hasn't figured water out. Dr. Emoto and their team found out that each droplet of water has a unique microscopic pattern. Thoughts, emotions, and ideas can change the way this pattern appears.
Participants placed the glass in the center of their circle and sent gratitude to the water. Studying the water under the microscope, they started to see a crystal formation.
The water carries the memory of whatever it comes into. Mind permeates matter. That's why when you visit an Indian temple, they give you these 3 small spoons of water. Each spoon purifies a different layer to us. The water or tirtham carries the memory patterns of the deity. When you consume it, that memory becomes a part of your body. And we're not supposed to let even a drop fall on the ground because it's almost like the deity itself. Deities are also carved into riverbeds. Maybe this is so the water carries a positive imprint as it reaches the fields and people's daily needs. In modern times, I had the fortune of witnessing Sadhguru create a linga, which is submerged in water. Taking a dip in these water bodies enhances physical and psychological stability. So when I was in India this time, I went to Manikaran in Himachal. There's a natural hot spring that flows through the entire town. The water here is naturally boiling hot, and it's something to do with the tectonic plates deep into the earth. Just a dip or consuming this water is deeply healing, and there are countless stories of people recovering from skin ailments and various other issues just by being in touch with this water. What was most striking was this water is used by both the Sikhs and the Hindus, 2 prominent religions in the country. The Sikhs from the nearby Gurudwara come into the sanctum. They cook their rice right there inside the sanctum. These religions are actually the same. I mean, we don't have like a Sikh god and a Hindu god and a Muslim god each sitting in like separate thrones looking down at us. I feel if you really dig deep into every religion, if you dig down into the very roots of it, there is one single thread. And here, the common thread is clearly seen through the water. The hot springs flow the same way through the Gurudwara and the temples of Himachal. Water is the source of who we are, and if we really want to glow, not just the glow that you get because you exfoliate a layer of skin off your body, a glow that comes from inside us, getting in touch or knowing how to be in touch, how to use and receive this water can go a long way. It has for me, and I hope it does for you too.